All right, we can hear me now. Sorry about that. We're going to start over. What's going on, Pirate? Yeah, I got the audio fixed. This was an improv. I had this scheduled, but I forgot to set it up because is there audio? There's got to be audio now, right? Now? Hold on, sorry. Now. Okay. All right, let's start over. I'll have to edit this. Anyway, so I was supposed to stream today, as even though I normally don't stream today, I won't be here tomorrow. And I wanted to. This morning I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rip apart my shed. So what I did was I had probably like 5 or 6 really, really hot GPUs when the temperature was like 100 degrees in there. So number one, I fixed that. Number two, I had 2 server cases that I got pretty cheap from a server farm from BitCap actually. The fans, however, are getting too loud and I don't need to have any issues, and I just want the shed to be as quiet as possible. So the first thing I plan on doing is talking about hold on, sorry, I'm all frazzled. What I meant to say was, now that I have my 3060 Ti's off, because I moved them all, they were kind of spread around my farm a little bit. I moved them all to these 2 server cases that I currently have down. But it made me wonder, should I put them all back online, or should I replace them? So it kind of made me think about it, and I'll show you my farm real quick, and I'll go over the options. And Zapirate, I see he's saying that RPM should be streaming in 1 hour. That's great, because I only plan on streaming for an hour. Probably like 12:05 or 1:05-ish. I'm probably going to jump off. And then I'll probably have a video or 2 tomorrow, but I'll probably be dark for the next 2 or 3 days after that. So let me show you what I'm talking about. The first thing is I want to show you my farm. All right, let me go to my farm and let's go to online GPUs. And here you can see the BCs are getting a little hot. But if you look up everything, so these rigs had GPUs that were, hold on, let me click on them. This rig had a GPU, 2 GPUs that were really hot. I fixed that. And now everything is running cool as a cucumber on these. And it's about 95 degrees in the shed right now. The next one that had a problem was this one. This one had 2 Zotacs that were running extremely hot. So I replaced them. I moved them out of there, put EVGAs in. Then what I did was I took all of the hot, I took a bunch of Zotacs and I put them in Octo 3. These are where all my hot GPUs went. So where all the Zotacs that were hot, all the Asus ones that were hot. And what I am trying to do with this one is I am working on, I constricted the airflow a little bit to force more air through. And you can see the fans are running at 100 now, but the GPU fans have yet to kick on really. And they should keep the GPUs where I need them to be. So I'm pretty happy about that. So that fixes a lot of my problems. Now, obviously, there'll be some hot GPUs in here, but I'd rather them be in an Octominer than in those other cases. Now, I took all of my 3060 Ti's and I took them out of this Octominer. And I put all, I put all 3070s in here. Now, my plan might be on this one to take 2 or 3 of these out and to put my 170 HXs in there. I'm still waiting for the brackets. But that leaves me to my next issue. So if you look at my GPU, my rigs that are offline, you'll see that I don't think you can click on rigs that are offline, can you? You should be able to, right? Yeah. You'll see that this was all 3070 Zotacs. I moved these into the Octominer 3, and I'm going to replace these with 3060 Ti's, I think. The first thing I need to do is I need to replace the fans in this. So I need to find 5 for each rig, 10 120mm fans that are not jet engine loud, and they need to not have They need to not be jet engine loud, and I really don't want to pay $1 billion for them. Um, let me catch up on the chat real quick. Chuck Danger, you didn't miss anything. I had audio issues, and I'm going over how I took all my 3060 Ti's offline, and I swapped my farm I put all my 3070s basically in octos, and I fixed my heat issues for all of my rigs. The only rig that you will actually see heat issues, while we're just talking about it, would probably be some of these BC 250s until it gets hot, because I have the fans at like 30%. And this rig, you may see fan issues because I have to replace a dead fan in this, which is something I plan on doing in the future. So when we're going back to my offline GPUs, for people who are just joining, what I've been talking about is I moved my GPUs around to get any ones that were hot, and I wanted to move them into better cases for them. And that left me with essentially all of my 3060 Ti's offline. Now I have 22 of them in total. What I am going to do for sure, if I put these back online, is I'll put 8 in this case, and then I'll put 12 in this one, which I also need to get new fans for. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the Hynix memory Zotacs for sure, all the Hynix memory ones. I've got one in here, and then I had 2 in the other rig. So they're all gone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take all of the 3060 Ti's that had problems and look to sell them. Like, guys, these Asus GPUs, I don't know if you guys ever have looked at the Asus 3060 Ti's. The codes are okay, actually, funny enough. But like the tough models, right? The 3060 Ti toughs are garbage. And the Strix models are kind of garbage too. Like, unless you're getting a really good deal on the tough models, don't buy them. They're really crappy. I really, really dislike the Asus 3060 Ti toughs. So anyway, going back to my shed, my problem now is, do I actually want to redeploy all the 3060 Ti's? I mean, I probably will in the short term, but it really has me thinking in the long term, I think I want to sell them. But the question is, what do I replace them with? I was looking at their profitability today, right? And they're currently making about half of what... Actually, let me pull this up on Pyram Hash. They're currently making about half of what a 3070 would make. So for Pyram, I need to go back to the calculator. So if you look at 3060 Ti profitability, these ones use way too much power. Ignore these settings. So we're gonna put the Pyram Hash numbers in. I compared them to Nautilus, which was unfair. So we're gonna go to Pyram Hash 70, and we'll go to 2.7 because that's probably what I'll get. And they're making 18 cents. And if you look at what a 3070 is making right now, it's making 27 cents. And obviously it's only 10 cents, but that number scales. And like, if you look at hashrate.no right now, obviously don't live off these numbers, but 18 cents is putting you in like pretty low territory. You're talking like, oh, I'm trying to look and see what's bad. You're talking like 40-60 territory, honestly, or like a 6900 or 6950. Wow. So the excuse me. Excuse me again. So the question is, what do I want to replace them with? So part of me wants to see if I can get a lot of 170 HXs. The ideal thing would be to find 170 HXs for like, I want to say I'd like to try to find them for like 420 to 430, right? And I'd like to put 170 HXs on them, right? And these numbers are wrong. Mine are better than that. I'd like to put 170 HXs in, And you figure if I can get them for like 4 to 450, and I can sell my 3060 Ti's. So I'm looking at eBay, right? And seeing how much the 3060 Ti's are going for. I could probably get like 215 to 220 for them, right? And if I could go 2 to 1 or 2.5 to 1 in terms of 3060 Ti to 4 to 170 HX, I think I'm going to do it. Like at least one rig of 170 HXs. And then as for the other one, I don't know what I would want, honestly. Part of me wonders if I should do, like, I don't want to do anything small, right? Like, I don't want to do any 6600 XTs or 6700 XTs. So maybe I replace them with 4060 Ti's. You can get 4060 Ti's still for like $300. So I'm almost wondering if I replace them with those, or maybe even other HBM GPUs. Like, do I put another BC250 rig up there? I mean, I could take 130. So if I look at my farm, right, this rig was using, let me do the rough math. This one was using, about 1600 watts. So I could theoretically replace this one for a BC250 rig. Now, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm torn. I mean, I already own the BC250 rig, so it wouldn't be hard to put it in there instead of the garage, and then maybe get another one. But I'm torn, right? One thing I also was thinking about is, like, I don't know if I want to run this 5700 XT rig anymore. Like, if we look at the 5700 XTs, I'm not sure, right? Because I've just been thinking about, like, if I'm going to take the 3060 Ti's down, do I take the 57 and 5600 XTs down too? I mean, they're only making like 9 cents a day. If anything, I would actually probably take these down and put 3060 Ti's in them. Yeah, man, I gotta drink some water. I've been in that shed all day, and there was pollen in it, and it was a little brutal. So I'm catching up on the chat. Bojangle says 170HX, of course. Yeah, I'm reaching out to some China sellers. They're all gone in North America. Like, I can't find any in North America. So I'm trying to find some China sellers. And if I can, I'm definitely going to take that 12 card rig down and replace it with 3060 Ti's for sure. Or, I'm sorry, replace the 3060 Ti's with 170 HXs for sure. And I think I can sell them pretty fast, because I'll sell them for a little bit under eBay, and people will know who they bought them from. And you'll definitely, like, people who buy them now will make money in the bear market. But I'm good if I don't get the best value for them, because I need capital so I can deploy other things. Catching up, let's see, 4060 Ti's or wait till bear. Yeah, I thought about 4060 Ti's. Like I said before, but I don't know. I'm torn. Maybe what I was actually thinking is maybe I will take the 5600 XT rig down, and maybe I'll replace that with 6 4060 Ti's. I might do that because the power consumption is basically the same, and I could put 6 4060 Ti's on a 1,000-watt power supply with the fans, right? So 6 times 130. Yeah, I could do that with the fans, because you can go pretty high up on those. So I may actually do that. I'm not sure. Jersey Jedi says I took 95% of my farm down, as well as the BTC miners, 4060 Ti's, 3060 Ti's, 5600 XTs. Hey man, whatever. If your power rate's too high, it might not be worth it for you. I've actually got to do some selling today. I'm trying to squeeze as much out as I can, because I want to buy a lithium now while it's still cheap. Hey, Cats of Crypto, what's going on? Zaposter wants to know who it is. Cats of Crypto, identify yourself. Identify yourself. So it's tough. Another one I thought about, but I think I'm going to leave them online, is the BC 160. Because they don't use a lot of power. They basically use the same power as the 3060 Ti. I don't know. I thought about taking these offline too. Because I was like, well, if I'm going to take my 3060 Ti's offline, maybe I should take these off. But they're, I don't know. I mean, they're better at kapow. And, I mean, it's tough, right? So we're getting to the point, with my farm where I might start whacking off the GPUs that aren't as efficient as I'm getting GPUs into test. I'm getting GPUs in for this and that. Like the BC 160s are more profitable than the 5700, the BC 160 and the 5700 XT rig. So like I'm almost wondering, do I put the BC 250s in the slot where the BC 160s were? So I don't know. I'm wondering. I mean, I really think I'm like I need to maybe take some of these less efficient rigs down. And I know the BC 250s aren't efficient, but they're profitable. And if they're not profitable, I could take them offline. Like, it's not hard for me to take the BC 250s offline. So I'm really, really strongly thinking about that too. So like the 3060 Ti's are offline. Let me go to online cards, right? The 3070s are all going to stay online, obviously. And all the 4060 Ti's. This rig right here, the 5700, the Navi 1 rig is in danger of getting shut down. The BC 160 rig, I'm actually also thinking about moving it. It's in an 8-card rig right now. I'm thinking about moving it to a 12-card because I've got the 2 MI50s that are working. And I might just buy 2 more MI50s because they're pretty cheap right now. And I might go 4 BC 160s and the MI50s because they're good at iron and you can put them on kapow and you can even shoot them on Dynex. So I might leave those ones on. And put them and pair them with the 170 HXs, like just go HBM on that side. So maybe that's something I could do too. I know it's tough because like if you look at the 3070 Ti's, they make 17 cents, right? I have 20 of them down, right? So if we do 0.17 times 20, they make $3.40. Right now, my BC 250s make about $3.40. So it's like, all right, like what? I don't know. I'm torn. I'm like, do I really want to leave the 3060 Ti's on? I can sell them and get capital for better GPUs while the BC 160s are making me money. And I can always take these down too. Like I can always take the BC 250s down when, like I said, when they're not profitable. So catching up, if you see the logo, so Cats of Crypto, I know they're launching a token. So that's exciting. That'll be interesting to see. HBM cards are online. The rest are ideal till the weekend, changing the farm up. I hear you, changing the farm up. What's up, Duke Nukem? What's up, Chris? Yeah, airflow is an issue. I'm getting a tissue real quick. Oh, man, all that pollen in there. You know what's wild? The shed was like 85 degrees the whole time I was in there, and it was perfectly fine. No, we're not talking ASICs. I'm not going ASICs. Not in that farm, and not with my power rate. I can't handle them. And those ASIC fans are too loud. If I do get an ASIC, it's going to be another Jazz Miner X16Q. That's all I'm doing on the ASIC front. So that's basically it. I mean, it's basically right now it comes down to me unsure of what I want to do. But the 5700 XTs and the 3060 Ti's are kind of on life support right now. So, I don't know. Duke Nukem says, so I had a thought, Krootman. If you could find out what connector the BC250 uses, couldn't you just drop a card next to it in case and then connect it to the BC250 via the M.2 slot? I don't understand what you mean. Do you mean can I put different GPUs in the BC250 rig? I don't think you can. but I mean, it would be interesting to try out. I mean, I don't know if I want to try that, but are you talking about when I like making them into server cases and using them as computers, like I was talking before, Duke Nukem? Keith Betts says, if you are new to mining, Caspa ASIC first. What? Keith Betts, I don't understand what you mean. Caspa ASICs are terrible right now. Don't buy them. Maybe like the Jasmine, or maybe like if you can get an X16, not an X16, if you can get like a $200 to $300 KS0 Pro, maybe, but I probably wouldn't do that. I'm not mining Zero. Someone asked, is anybody mining Zero? I'm not. I'm going to make sure I read all the comments on the chat. Chris Hanley says, no one cares, but the Columbus Crew will be Champions League finals next month. So it's funny you say that. I've got a really, really good friend who's huge into soccer, and he gets so mad at me because I like Wrexham, like the typical American. So he gets super mad at me for that. Duke Nukem says, IE 6X, 2 BC 250s and 6X cards in one server case. I was saying that that's definitely possible. Especially since you can set up the BC 250s where they could power like 2 GPUs as like a computer. So you could definitely do that. I mean, I got 2 of them working, no problem. It might be something worth looking into. I don't think I'm there yet. Zapirate, it's what Ovalborn wanted. You don't have to endorse it. Guys, you know, if they want to launch their own crypto, I don't have an opinion on it. I hope it works. They're doing it, you know, for a good cause. So, you know, if they want to do it, it's all good. So ASICs and nodes right now are the best, Keith Betts says. I hope GPUs get better soon. I mean, it just depends on your power. You know, nodes are fine. I've never really messed with them. Maybe in the future I will, but I'm just sticking with GPUs right now. Duke Nukem. Yeah, if you can get them working in a server case, you don't have to worry about height and airflow. Yeah, that's a good call, Duke Nukem. And like I said, in the future, it might be something that I look to work on. But right now, I'm kind of just like trying to figure out what is best for me moving forward. And I don't think the 3060 Ti's are it. Now, part of me is also annoyed that I'll be like taking a hit on them. Well, I won't be taking a hit, but like selling them for dirt cheap. But at the same point, if I can get 170 HXs for the price I want, then it kind of just scales out. Cats of Crypto says, I'm still, Pellish Miner on the Cats of Crypto account says, I'm still sitting on a 3070 and 3070 Ti FE new in box. I mean, I wouldn't sell them. I don't think they're worth selling right now, but the 3070 Ti is a good one to mine on. I have my rig still online, and I don't plan on taking it offline anytime soon. I was actually thinking about maybe getting 2 more of those, but I don't want to spend money on 3070 Ti's. Like, if we're being honest, I don't want to spend money on any 30 series. So if I buy GPUs, it's basically going to be HBM GPUs or like a 40 or 40 series. Chris Hanley says, Wrexham for the win, right? 2 seasons promoted in a row. My Welsh friends, I have a few friends from Wales, and they hate it because I'm like, yeah. And I don't have, and Keith Betts asked, do I have any nodes? I don't have any nodes. Maybe one day I'll work on setting one up, but right now I don't. I am working on just getting my Elysium bag. That's what I'm focusing on right now, and keeping my shed cool. You know, if we refresh the shed right now, look at this. This is really good. I'm really happy with this. I don't mind the 70s for the BC250s, honestly, but we have 2. We had a lot more before that. We have 2 that are hot, and that's an Octominer 3, and I'm pretty happy with this. And the fans are still not really ramping up on these yet. So, like, is there autofan on here? Autofan. Nope. We're going to do auto. And target temperature, we'll do 65. So we'll see if that changes anything. But I'm like really happy with the way my farm is. Oops, it's not hot, and it's really hot in the shed right now. So I'm good. Bojangle says the Warthog Red web browser node looks interesting. Actually, and shout out to Mining Potato for this one. But what I'm actually considering is I'm considering taking these 1660 Supers, right? And I am very much considering putting all of these, I gotta go like this, putting all of these with my CPUs, pairing one per CPU and using them as for Warthog. Like turning all my CPU rigs into Warthog rigs, because these are light enough where they could, where I could just leave them unmounted, I think. So that's something I am also considering, and all my power supplies can take care of it too. Keith Bet says, "Oh man, Neoxa nodes I just did pays $22.50 Neoxa every 24 hours, and I own 1 million." Hey man, that's awesome. I mean, look, that's not a bad idea. I mean, one thing I am looking at doing is staking my ZIL, so that will be something in the future that I got to work on. No MI, Backwards Binder says no MI25s unless free power. They are hot. Yeah, MI25s are like Vegas. Don't use those. Don't use the MI25s. So, let's see. Just chat. There's nothing new on the chat. Chris Hanley says, if Neoxa hit $1, it would equal the entire world market cap. Well, if any of the cryptos went up 100 or 3,000x, it would do the same thing. Yeah, I mean, it's one other thing I have to keep in mind is I have to worry about my power rate going up, and my power rate is going to be going up. I mean, I think it's going to go up. I don't really think there's any way out of it. I've been talking to some other people around me, and they all got whacked off the unlimited plan. So I'm kind of just waiting. I mean, it's May. I think I lose my plan in the middle of June or in the middle of July. So I'll be getting a notice soon. And then once I get that notice, I'm going to have to switch back to my normal provider for now. And then when I do that, I mean, it'll take me up to like 15 cents kilowatt hour, right? So my calculator, let me go to the 30. So I will be hurting pretty hard. Where is it? I'm trying to find my calculator. Oh, here it is. So this is what a 3070 gets today, right? And if I up it to 15 cents, I'm down to 6 cents. So like I'm gonna, at 15 cents right now, in my shed, I basically shut down everything but like the 40 series for now, and maybe the BC250s. So that would be really painful. Catching up on the chat. Keith Bet says, me to dual mine because I agree with you to dual mine on ZIL. Dual mining, I mean, so I look at ZIL as triple mining. Dual mining is just like mining one algorithm. And so like if you're mining iron and ZIL, that's dual mining to me. I don't care what anybody else says. Is Wart still worth getting into, Duke Nukem Mass? Yes, it is. I think it is. That might be one other thing I'll keep online. Like I would probably start switching rigs to Wart. Like my CPUs would all probably take 1660 Supers to Wart, and I would see how that does. Why not mining Dynex? So I don't mine Dynex right now. I don't like the project, but that I'm not gonna sit here and talk about that right now. And B, I don't want to spec mine Dynex right now because I'm going all in on a lithium and I can't really do more than one. And you can't mine Dynex with ZIL, or you can't really mine Dynex with anything, and that's really a big turnoff to me. At this point, I'd rather just mine something else and buy Dynex. 640 Bojangles says 640 XX cards are more profitable than 70 GPUs. Than 3070s, you mean, or 70 other GPUs? I don't know what you mean by that. Cats of Crypto says, are you using Santana? They gave me one. Okay, but your usage, the thing is, I'm good. The thing is, your usage, right? I gotta move my head. I'm getting covered. Your usage, Pelish, is way lower than mine. My usage is through the moon. So I'm gonna look around and see what I can do. Black Hat Team says, my two 1660 Supers with an i5 10th gen get 250 on Wart. That's not bad. What's up, Black Hat? Yeah, so it's tough. By the way, smash that like button, guys. So I'm also kind of keeping an eye to the future because I know the 170 HXs will be profitable, which is why I'm grabbing a bunch of those. Because if we look, right, so if we go to like profitability numbers right here, at 15 cents, it gets painful. Like it at 15 cents, it gets really painful. Like it comes to the point where I probably keep 1 or 2 rigs on and pay out of pocket. Like the 40 series stays on. I don't know. Maybe some others stay on. It's tough. I would be unsure of what to do if we're being honest. But like the 170HXs are still profitable. They'd probably save me. So, and I don't know. I'm really trying to not get to 15 cents kilowatt hour. But if I do, I'll just adjust accordingly. I mean, I haven't. All my GPUs are paid off. I bought 2 GPUs last month. I will not be buying any equipment this month unless I sell 3060 Ti's. So I will not be paying for equipment out of pocket. So, it's tough. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be positive. It's just, having to quiet down those fans. Like I finally needed to get out my butt and change the shed around. And then it just really kind of set me, into a spiral of what I should do next. What's up, Sean? What's going on? And again, sorry if I'm like clearing out my throat. I was in that room and then there's pretty much pollen going on all morning. DTG says solar batteries and 20 kilowatt genset. I do not have solar. I don't have the sunlight for it, so that's out. But I appreciate it. Keith Betts says keep smashing that like button. Please do. Please keep smashing that like button. I really appreciate it, guys. We got 40 people in here. This is great. So let's talk about. All right. So what do you guys want to talk about? Chris Murphy says, how are the MI50s doing? Chris, they are actually down. I'm thinking about trying to get them back up today. Like at the worst, I may just take 2 BC 250s offline or 260s offline, 160s offline, and put the MI50s online. Radeon 7s, really. I have a few hours this afternoon after, and I have like 4 videos in the middle of filming, so I'm probably going to release one video today about the part 1 of cleaning out my shed, and then after, and then I might go back into the shed and rearrange some things again. I don't know. Like I said, the more I think about it, the more I just want to pull those 5700 XTs offline and replace them with something better. Really. I feel it's a shame taking that rig down because it was free. Like the rig was literally free. But I'm not going to sell the cards. But I don't want to sell them. But it's not profitable. It goes down a lot too. But it's not really profitable right now. I mean, I don't know. You guys think it's profitable? I mean, it uses these watt numbers are off. It uses, I would probably say, let's do the math. Probably because it's hot now, probably 110 plus. So probably 550 plus 150. Probably uses 800 watts. So for 800 watts, I could probably just put 6 3060 Ti's online on it, honestly. I don't really, I don't love the 3060 Ti, but it's probably better than the 5600 XTs right now. So that's something I'm thinking. So look, the 5700 XTs, people either love them or they hate them. I'm not here to tell you they're bad. I don't think they're worth buying at the current market price. I prefer the 5600 XTs, but I don't really. I mean, I'm out of power and I have more GPUs to get online. So I'm trying to take before, right? When I didn't have other GPUs, I got the 12 BC 250s this week. I got a 3080, 3070, a 3070 and a 3060 Ti. So I had a 3070 I needed to get online. So I have other GPUs that I would rather have online than these ones. So I might just take the server case apart and take these ones out and just put some 3060 Ti's in it, honestly. So that's what I'm thinking. Catching up on chat. Hey, Smokey Dan, what's going on? Smokey Dan said, what's up? Chris Murphy says, price dropped 8% on Ryzen 9 7900s. That's interesting. And when my power rate goes up, I may actually end up selling GPUs to buy CPUs. So that could be a thing too that we may end up doing. So we will see on that. Interesting to think about. Let's see. Black Hat Team says help out and hit the like button. Please do. And for anyone driving, by the way, I hope you guys are having a safe drive and I hope you're having a good time. It's 12:41 Eastern time right now. I know Panda's streaming sometime around 1ish. Hey Panda. Panda, what's going on, brother? Panda, you can buy them off me if you want. Huh? And are you out of power? Also, Panda says, Krootman, send me all your GPUs. Panda, when are you going live? Because we'll raid your live stream. I'm only gonna stay online till about 1:05, so maybe like another 25 minutes ish, give or take. Catching up. Keith Betts says, glad to have a day off from BTC Mining Company that hired me. Working hard to keep the MI50s and S19Js hashing. Keith Betts, which one are you working for? If you don't mind sharing, that'd be cool to hear. Max Poe says, haul all your hardware stuff over to my place. I've got 7 kilowatts, absolutely free of charge. Nah, I'm good, buddy. You can just if you don't have to pay anything for your power, just go grab some BC250s. You should buy those with free power. That's probably what I would get. Easiest thing to get up and running fast. Let's see what else is going on. Catching up on chat. Chris Murphy says, I'm really thinking about it. Should perform almost as good as a 7950X at 88 watts. That would be interesting. And you could also take like a single GPU and pair it with it and crush Wart. And like another thing that might be worth doing, right? Think about this one. And this is one I might try. What if you did Wart and Zephyr, right? Like what if you took a 3900X and you ran like 75% of it on Zephyr and like 25% of it on Wart with like a 1660. I don't know, or even a 3060 Ti. It would be interesting. Mining Potato, see, we're what's up, brother? We're talking about Wart rigs, and I said how you inspired me to maybe take my 1660 rig and start taking them and moving them to I can't think right now. Moving them to Wart rigs and preparing up my CPUs. Let's see what else. Smokey Dan says, you missed my message about eating honey to help with the hay fever. Oh, maybe I will. I'll go make some chicken fingers and dip them in honey. Maybe that's what I'll do after the stream. I may be done in the shed this morning and this afternoon, and I may not go back in till tonight. We will see. That will be one that is interesting to think about. Hey Panda, how are you filled right now, by the way? I was about to watch your video this morning and then I remembered I needed to go in the shed. Are you filled up now? Is all your stuff filled? Because you know what it's like to have too many GPUs. First world problems, of course. Let me check on how everything is doing. These are doing pretty good. These are actually in an open air frame. The one that's 67, this one, I think this is the one with the EVGA fan on it, is my guess. Let's look at the farm. Now I want to see how everything is doing. My fruits of my labor. All right, so the ones I wanted to check were the... Let's check this one. This one is in an open air frame, guys. Look at these memory temps. Look at these memory temps. Cool as a cucumber. That's awesome. Let's look at this one. I call it the eBay case because it's what I made. I made this rig off of parts from eBay. Hashforce gave me the idea for this rig. I probably should have bought more of them. Temperatures are perfect. Yeah, look at that. Look at those crisp, cool temperatures. And this Zotac doesn't even have a fan. This is a deshrouded 3070. It was originally in spot 0 and it was too hot. So I pulled it down and it is good. Wonderful. Now this is the Virtue case. This is the one that Hobbyist was talking about. I wish I bought one or two more of these. I think I would rather have like the eBay case I have or the Octominers I have. But for $250, you can't go wrong. Let's see. How are we looking? Cool. All within spec. And the fans aren't really even on yet. That's wonderful. I love to see that. Looks like my labors of my farm were paying off this morning. What else we got? None of the BC250s are too hot. Let's go to Octo 1. This has got all of those 3070s in it, mostly Zotacs. Cool as a cucumber. The fans are running at about 75. These fans aren't even at 50, so I've got a lot of play. Now let's go to Octo 3. This was the one I was a little worried about. Everything looks great. Awesome. Awesome. These Asus GPUs. Don't buy Asus, man. They're so terrible. I hate Asus GPUs so much. All right, I'm going to catch up on chat. We got 43 people here. Smash that like button, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. Keith Bett says, I love my honey on Cheerios and milk. Huh. I don't think I'm going to do that, but that is cool. Paul Rudge is cheersing. I always love cheers. I don't have a beer on me. I'm going to have a little bit of those this weekend, so I'm not having any this week. So I will have a Red Bull. Let's see. Max Poe says, bro, I'm sort of joking, bro, but I'm deaf far away from you folks. He's in Serbia. Man, if you're in Serbia, you should just mine whatever you can, as cheap as you can. That's awesome, dude. Let's see. Keith Bett says, I miss Hash Force videos. Yeah, me too. I really miss Hash Force videos. It's funny. I talk to Hash Force a lot. I probably talk to Hash Force almost daily, actually. Him and I talk almost daily. And I'm going to start sending him a message every day. Day one, asking you to make more videos. He's going ham into solar. Hash Force is going ham. Like, I'm kind of jealous that I couldn't go solar because he's trying to make sure that he will never get wrecked again. Keith Bett says, I hate Asus too. They run hot. Yeah, I hate those. I hate Asus. Like, those 3060s, all my Asus 3060s are gone. Like, if I end up keeping, like, if I end up turning one or two 3060 Ti rigs back on, I'll keep, like, the Founders and the EVGAs and maybe the Gigabytes, actually. Gigabyte ones are solid. And I'm dumping all of the Asus ones. Maybe the Zotacs. Now I have two that are, like, shroudless, which I'm not selling those because nobody will buy those. Panda, I miss Hash Force too. Panda says I miss Hash Force. I'm going to send him a message on Twitter after this stream, and I'm going to say day 0. And Chris Murphy says you could go windmill. Yeah, I can't go windmill. I can't do any of that. Kroot 50C on core, 64 on memory on 170HX. That's awesome, backwards miner. I'm waiting for brackets for my two, and then I will get them up and running probably next week. All right. So listen, we have 15 minutes left. All right. When we get to 7 minutes left on the stream, all right, we are talking hockey. We are talking hockey because I have things to say to all of you Canadians, and you're going to hate all of it. And I know a lot about hockey, so we're going to talk about it. I should do a hockey podcast one day. Let's see. Ozzy says, Zotacs are the worst ever. All right, so listen. Let me say this. These Zotac blowers, if you put them in Octominers, they're not bad. And they're really cheap. Part of me wants to see if BitCap has any more of them for dirt cheap. And maybe I'll replace my 3060 Ti's with those too. Anyway, they run, if you have them if you cool them correctly, they're fine. Also, if you have a 3070 Zotac, you just deshroud it. I mean, it sucks that you bought them, but what can you do? Nobody wants to buy those anymore. But yes, I would not buy any Zotac 30 series. I will, however, say, and let me show you this. I will say this. The Zotac GDDR6X cards are not the worst. All right? They're not the worst. I will say that. Like, you can see the 3080 right here. This isn't bad. And this is an open airframe. My 3090, this is my original 3090. It's the only GPU I've repadded. It's a beast. And then this one is an RMA. I actually RMA'd this one with like this 3060. There's a 3060 here. I RMA'd it with like 1 day left on the warranty to get the fans replaced. Nobody wanted to buy it. When I sold all my 3060s, that was the only one that wouldn't sell, and I wanted to keep one just to have it. The The GeForce 2080 Ti, the EVGA one, that one is a beast, but it's a hybrid model, so I'm kind of cheating on that one. And then my copper modded CMP90HX is running hot, and you have to downclock it a little bit, but it's whatever. Paid $150 for it. I don't care. Yes, hockey and crypto. Who said that? Let's see. Someone said hockey. Edible Zebra said hockey and crypto. Finally, hockey and crypto mining. Yes. In 4 minutes, we will talk hockey and crypto mining. Let's see. We are going to talk hockey and crypto mining in 4 minutes. Keith Bett says, I sold my Asus 2060 just in time back then. I sold 9 3060 or 2060s. I actually got $150 for each of them. Well, between 130 to 150 for each of them. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm ignoring all of the hockey comments right now for another 3 minutes, and then we are talking hockey and crypto. And if you are going to leave because you don't like it, I respect that, but smash that like button on the way out, please. Krootman, all right, that's a hockey one. These are all hockey ones, man. All right, hold on. Memory casually sitting at 110, a pirate says, about my CMP90HX. Listen, it's fine. It can run at that. I paid nothing for it. I'm mining with this thing till it dies. I don't care. Let's see. Keith Betts says, only after LHR, then Zotac fans sucked. I don't know, man. I had Zotacs before the LHR2, and I had issues on them. Ozzy said, all my cards are in Octos. Yes, Octos are good. Keith Betts also says Octo 4000 and 5000 series. Octo 4000 series is good. Let me show you. I have a lot of Zotac 5000 series is good. This is a bunch of Zotacs. They were running great. No issues on these things. I love this rig. No issues on any of this. And then let me show you. These are 4060 Ti's. They're all Gigabyte, Asus, and Zotac. Asus cards are solid on the 40 series. Just don't buy Asus on the 30 series. I'm going to be doing a video on what GPUs to not buy. I think I'm going to start doing a lot more of those right now because talking about crypto is semi-depressing, and right now it's kind of like a time to expand rather than do anything. These are all basic. Oh, there's a lot of MSIs in here. I have one Zotac 4060 Ti. It's doing pretty solid. BC 250 suck, Mining Potato says. I don't think they suck. I think you suck. All right. You know what? All right. We have 10 minutes left on the stream. We are talking all hockey now. All right, guys. If you don't want to listen to us talk about hockey, I totally appreciate it. I respect it. Thank you guys for listening. I hopefully will have a video out today and maybe one tomorrow. But I will mostly be dark, probably from sometime later today to Sunday or Monday. And I will be going back to my regularly scheduled stream next week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 noon. All right, let's go. Hockey talk. Hockey talk, hockey talk. All right, so first of all, Canada sucks, and you're never winning a cup. All right, so just get over that. You're never winning a cup. And you know why you are never winning a cup? You know why you are never winning a cup? And I'm a Jets fan. Where's my Jets hat? Hold on, I think it's over here somewhere. Where is it? I can't find it, so I'm just putting my Flyers hat on because they hate me and I hate them, but I can't leave them. So here we go. You know why you are never winning a cup? The reason you are never winning a cup, Canada, is because your taxes are too high. Your taxes are too high. You will never get good free agents. They're going to Vegas. They're going to Seattle. They're going to Dallas. They're going to Nashville. Your 50% tax is way too high. And if they're going anywhere, they're going to the Jets, which is the only good Canadian team. Go Jets, go, baby. Only good Canadian team, which are knocked out. But that is why you will never win a cup, because you will never get all of the good free agents. Austin Matthews, the Flyers do suck. Mining Potato says the Flyers suck. I can't find my Jets hat, and I can't find my Vegas Golden Knights hat either. But I'll get to them in a second. Red Panda, you're not going to win a cup because of money. And also, we're going to move on to Edmonton real quick. As much as I love the Oilers, right? If you can't get out of the second round with Draisaitl and McDavid, you've had 5 million first-round picks. You're not going anywhere. You have an AHL goalie, and as much as I love Ken Holland, I think you're still paying for Chiarelli just ruining your team and being the worst GM ever. So yes, moving on. Before I talk, I read all the chats. Vegas is going to win the cup. All right, listen. Vegas is going to win the cup. We are masters. I don't care about the Flyers anymore. I wish I could not be a Flyers fan, guys. The Vegas is like my mistress, and Flyers are like my wife, and I hate my wife in terms of hockey, and I'm not happy, and I'm trying to get a divorce, but I can't leave. I'm trapped with the Flyers. I don't want to be a Flyers fan. Vegas they always win. They do what they have to win. They don't mess with anything. They just win, 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 win. All Vegas does is win. And they're not cheating because they're playing in the rules. You guys are just jealous that you can't do it. So I'm going to catch up on chat real quick, and I'm going to read all the hockey stuff. Hockey and mining. Edible Zebra says hockey and mining. Cats of Crypto says, I drove a Zamboni for a living once. That is pretty cool. He met Messier, Burr, Tocchet. That is awesome. Kyle Rose said, Mighty Ducks took place in my state. Well, I mean, Mighty Ducks is a long time ago. Let's keep going. Cats of Crypto says, Jeremy Roenick is my favorite player from that era. There are a lot of good stories from that era. I've met a few hockey players back in the day, and some of the stories they tell you, oh man, tell you great stories. Let's see. Scrolling down. Mining Potato says Oilers will win the cup. Oilers are going to lose in the second round. Oilers will not escape the second round. Dallas, Vegas, or Colorado will just crush the Oilers, and you are just going to burn another year of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl's prime. Give him to a team that will win with him. You guys suck. Oilers fans say that every year. Yeah, Oilers fans suck. I mean, I don't hate Oilers fans, honestly. Let's see. Panda says, we are not going to win the cup because of money. No, you will not. Your taxes cost too much. You need to talk to your prime minister. You need to lower your taxes for NHL players, or you're just never going to win a cup. Let's see. Edible Zebra says, Carolina, bro, Hurricanes aren't going to win the cup. Because you know why? Because your owner is cheap. Tom Dundon is a cheap ass. And if you somehow find a way to piss Rod Brendamore off to the point where he's going to leave, you guys are just going to go down. Carolina Hurricanes are awful. Red Panda calls me a bastard. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Kyle Rosa says, I only dislike the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks stole a cup from me in 2010. They stole it. We're going to go to NHL.com just so you guys can see hockey in the background. So you know we're not talking about mining anymore. Nice hash. NHL. I was trying to do what is going on? NHL. We're just going to NHL.com so you guys see this. That's right. What are the Oilers up? Hold on. What are the Oilers up by? Where are the scores? Scores. By the way, if Toronto loses, I will do a live stream celebrating because there are 3 things that I enjoy in the playoffs. No, you know what? There are 4 things I enjoy in the playoffs, and here's the order, okay? The Pittsburgh Penguins losing in the playoffs or not making it is the thing I enjoy the most because I hate Pittsburgh Penguins more than anything, all right? So the Pittsburgh Penguins losing, first of all, is the best thing about hockey. The second best thing is the Toronto Maple Leafs losing because when the Toronto Maple Leafs lose in the first round, I get so happy. Like when my teams are out, or it's like a rough, like when the Flyers were really bad for those few years, I literally lived on the Maple Leafs suffering. Like it was all that sustained me. Like watching them go out and then listening to the media for the next month talk about it. Oh, there's nothing better than a sad Leafs fan. Like I just love when they suffer. I love when Toronto suffers, which probably makes me more Canadian than anything because I think all of Canada loves when they suffer too. Let's see. Mining Potato. Oilers lost the Stanley Cup champs last 2 years. Yeah, and they're going to lose to the Stanley Cup champs this year too. That's what's going to happen. Dom G says Bruins for the win. Bruins suck. The Bruins can go suck it. Panda says beep Vegas. Oh, I love when everybody's jealous of Vegas. Don't be jealous because we have money. We can play the rules, and our owner will buy whatever it has to. Our owner will buy wins. This is why one day I'm going to work up the courage to break up with the Flyers and just go all in with my team. Vegas does not lose. They will not lose. They will just, they refuse to lose. And look, they have the best doctors in the world. Don't be sad that they're playing in the rules and you guys can't. Vegas bandwagon jumper over here, Mining Potato says, wrong. I go to Vegas 2 to 3 times a year, and I have been since I was 21. It's my second home. When Vegas got their hockey team, I was right there. I actually, I broke up with the Jets after Vegas got their team because I was a pretty big Jets fan. Actually, when the Jets came in, I always wanted a second team to root for, and I kind of liked them as the underdog. And they played in the Southeast Division, so they played in the Eastern Conference for those few years. I probably saw like 7 to 10 Jets games a year because I could drive to so many of them. So I saw more Jets games. I've probably seen the Jets play like 25 to 30 times. They're my third favorite team. I kind of feel bad for them right now. Cats of Crypto says AHL goalies are just as good as any NHL goalie. You keep telling yourself that, Oilers fan. You keep telling yourself that. Pan Zapirate says the only way to settle this is mud wrestling. No, we don't need to settle this with anything. All we need to do is ask my Oiler friends when the last time they won a cup was. Huh? When was the last time you won a cup? And how many Hall of Famers did you have on that team? Huh? All right, let's see. Let's keep going. Vegas is a crappy expansion team. Cats of Crypto, you're a crappy expansion crypto. You don't see me saying anything. Red Panda says, LMAMO, I love your hockey mind. Yes, I am brutal and I love hockey. I had to go to a business meeting at a Penguins Maple Leafs game once in Pittsburgh, and I somehow got into a fight with like 2 Maple Leafs fans and 2 Penguins fans at the same time. It would be like, okay, for you British folk or you European folk, it would literally be like you going to a Premier League game with 2 of your most hated rivals playing each other, and you couldn't keep your mouth shut. Because I can't keep my mouth shut during hockey. I am a degenerate. The only thing I don't do is I don't swear in front of kids. That's it. I don't follow. Bojangle says I don't follow hockey, but I love listening to shit talking. Listen, I am the biggest shit talker in hockey, and the best part is I know enough to back it all up. You give me a team, and I will talk shit on them. Any team. You name a team, and I will tell you why they suck. Unless it's Vegas. Mining Potato. Listen, the Flyers are the most unluckiest team in the world. And like they are cursed. They are so unlucky. It's why I don't want to be a Flyers fan anymore, okay? Like I don't want to be a Flyers fan. I have to be. It's in my DNA. I don't want to be, okay? Like I don't want to be. Cats of Crypto says, this is fun. Dom G says, 1975. Yes, I know. The Flyers get to the promised land, and they get so close, and then they don't do anything. They actually have the highest playoff winning percentage they had it up until like 2 years ago, in the last 35 years, which doesn't mean anything because we don't have a cup. We'll get it one day. And Vegas can be found at Vegas it's not an excuse train, Mining Potato. Mining Potato says it sounds like the excuse train. I don't want to be a Flyers fan. I'm not making excuses because I bought into so much, dude. We have bad luck drafting. We've had some terrible GMs recently. But I'm excited, okay? I was pretty gutted though when we didn't make the playoffs. I wanted those playoffs, man. I wanted them. You know what? I think I'm going to talk about other teams sucking because I don't have it in me to talk about the Flyers sucking. I'm going to go for 5 more minutes because you guys got me on a roll. So teams that suck. All right. Let's see. What are my teams that suck? Let's go to Krootman's teams that suck in the playoffs right now. Let's see. Florida. Florida's good. I mean, they're good. I like Florida. Don't count them out yet. Tampa. I don't know. I kind of wanted to see Tampa go far. I'm going to miss Stammer if he doesn't play in the Lightning anymore. Vegas is going to win this series. They've gotten unlucky, but Vegas will not lose, so don't you worry about that. Dallas is going to lose that series, so don't worry about it. Toronto is also going to lose. I am going to root for Boston because I want the most epic meltdown in Toronto. I just want it. I hate Boston. Boston needs to lose again. The Islanders, I hate Islanders fans too. I like watching them suffer, and I hate the Islanders. I just hate them. They're old. They're a dinosaur team. They got in because they were lucky, and they didn't have an AHL team like the Flyers did. So yeah, they suck. But Carolina's going to win. So look, I think if Carolina plays Florida, Carolina's going to lose. Well, who else do we have? We have Colorado and Winnipeg. There's going to be a reckoning in Winnipeg, and I'm sad. I think they're good, and I hope they don't make any moves. But they're like Edmonton, man. They're just running into teams at the wrong time. They're just getting speed bumped in the first and second round. I like Shovel Dayoff, though, so I hope he doesn't get fired. Nashville and Vancouver. Vancouver, you better not lose. You better hope you don't lose, man. I know you guys are panicking. Don't count out those Predators, man. Ever since they got kicked out of U2, or they couldn't watch U2, man. Oof. Edible Zebra says Carolina plays the Rangers next. Good. I want them to beat the snot out of each other. I want hits. I want Trouba to just run people. And then I want people to run him back. I just want body bags in that series. I just want people to... Look, I don't want people to actually get hurt. I'm not actually a terrible person. What I always say is I want high ankle sprains because they're not going to hurt you. They just suck. I want as many high ankle sprains as possible between Carolina and the Rangers. That means that... Who played Washington now? I'm blanking. Who blanked Washington? No, it was the Rangers that blanked Washington. So, who's the other one? I'm losing my mind. Why it's not letting me click. What team am I missing? Florida and Florida will play the winner of Toronto-Boston. That's right. All right, let's see. I was cheering for the Mining Potato says I was cheering for the Jets. Let the little guy win. Jay Rose said Vegas wins every year. F yeah, we win every year. Look, I think so. Edible Zebra says I got 2 minutes left. Panda, when are you starting? By the way, Panda, if you're still here, when are you starting? Because if you start now, I'll wait till you're ready, and then I'll put us all into your stream. I think Florida is coming out of the East now. I really do. I think it's gonna be Florida or the Rangers, and I hate to say that because I hate New York, but I think Florida or the Rangers are coming out. I can deal with Florida. I don't want the Rangers to come out. Let's see. I don't think. Well, are we mining hockey coins? Zigminer says. All right. So I know people. All right. So Panda already started. All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna move us into Panda. Aunot, just ask the question about GPU. You could just send it on Discord and I'll try to answer it. How do I move us into another stream? Does anybody know how I do that? Let's see. No, I don't want to add stream markers. I don't want to create highlights. I don't want to do that. Does anybody know how to do that? It goes in cycles. Remember when the Sharks were decent? Yeah, look, everything goes in cycles. I hate the salary cap. I think the salary cap is garbage. If there's enough appetite for it, I will do a what? Something's going on here. Oops. Sorry, I just lost you guys. That was weird. If there's enough appetite for it, I will do a hockey stream someday. I'll do like random hockey streams here and there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to run. Head over to Red Panda's stream. Let me get a link to it for you guys to click on. I'll make it easy. You guys can just go right there. I really, really appreciate you guys watching. It was wonderful. You guys are the best as always. And it was a pleasure this week. I don't see Panda streaming. Anyway, just go look for Panda's stream. I don't see him. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll try to get some content out today or tomorrow. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And go Vegas. Krootman, out.